In the last minute to submit college choices, I sat at my computer and changed Hartwell to Northbridge. The second I hit submit, Ryan Cole, the poor student I sponsored, texted the group. Great news. My scores are enough for Hartwell. I'm so happy. Now I can stay classmates with Chloe and Ava. Please look after me. Chloe Bennett replied at once. Whenever you need me, I'll be there first. Same here. Day one, the whole school will know I've got your back. I looked at the photo on my desk. The three of us at Hartwell's gate. It said Ethan Grant, Chloe Bennett, and Ava Reed will go to Hartwell together. Those firm strokes were still clear after all this time. Without a second thought, I ripped the graduation sticker up and tossed it. Then I replied to Chloe and Ava. This time, I'm not going with you. After that, I changed the front door code right away. Then I started clearing out everything tied to them. I took down the trinkets and plush toys from the shelves. I threw them into a box. Before I knew it, the box was packed full. When I carried it downstairs to the trash, I ran into Chloe and Ava coming back from a party. They spotted the trinkets in the bin right away. They blew up and rushed over, grabbing my hand tight. Why are you throwing away our gifts? Ethan, fine, be mad over this tiny thing. But why throw them out? Do you have to go this far? Just tossing their gifts was too much for them. They were already losing it. If I told them I'd already changed my college choice behind their backs, just to leave them for good, wouldn't they go insane? I'm not mad. They just got moldy. Of course I had to toss them. You're really not mad? No. After all, they'll have nothing to do with me soon. So what's there to be mad about? Ava let out a breath. Chloe's frown eased too. If they were moldy, good call. We'll buy you new ones later. I said nothing, just hummed and turned away coldly. Watching me leave, Ava still sensed something was off. She knew I was lying. Annoyed, she tugged at her hair and glanced at Chloe. Then she lifted her chin helplessly. Should we go cheer him up? You go. Ava took one step, then stopped as if remembering something. Forget it. He has to choose on the first day anyway. If he's still mad, we'll explain Ryan then. Chloe nodded and they both went home. For days, Chloe and Ava didn't come see me. From Ryan's non-stop social posts, I knew they were with him the whole time, checking off his post-graduation wish list. An amusement park he'd never been to, a planetarium he was curious about, and the Great Wall he'd only seen in books. They took Ryan to try them all. I looked through each post and even liked them. Then one day, my acceptance letter from Northbridge arrived. I had just put it away, when Chloe and Ava knocked on my door together. Ethan, our acceptance letters are here. Did yours come? Want to go pick it up together? No need. Mine already came. I moved to close the door, but Chloe quickly held it. Wait, I booked a private room. Let's have dinner and celebrate. Yeah, let's eat. Then we can shop for school stuff. I didn't want to go, but they wouldn't leave or let me shut the door, so I had no choice but to nod. I followed them into a hot pot place. The spicy smell hit my nose. I rubbed my nose. My eyes started to sting. At our table, Ryan was already adding food to the pot. You're finally here. The pot's boiling. I've been waiting forever. Seeing Ryan, I frowned. Ava quickly explained. Ethan, Ryan said he needed to shop too, so we invited him. We'll all be classmates, so we just wanted to help him out. I didn't want to hear any more excuses. I just wanted to eat, shop, and go home. But once I sat down, I couldn't eat a bite. The red broth was packed with scary amounts of chili. Ryan loved it, but I've had stomach issues since I was little. I can't eat spicy food. After a few forced bites, my stomach burned. I called the server over to add a few dishes. But the second I got the menu, Ryan snatched it and ordered even spicier ones. Chloe and Ava just watched me with smiles. They had completely forgotten I couldn't handle spice. Now I could tell Ryan was doing it on purpose. I didn't fight back like before. Then my two childhood friends would defend Ryan and blame me. I was tired of that whole routine, so I just drank water in silence. At the mall, shopping for school supplies, I picked out several thick winter coats. Hartwell is right here in town. The weather's mild year-round. You won't need heavy clothes. Don't buy these. Yeah, I know. They look nice. I can wear them when I travel. Chloe frowned a little and parted her lips, but said nothing. On the way back, Ryan hesitated for a long time. Then he tugged at Ava's and Chloe's sleeves. Ava. Chloe. Can I not go back? The poor area where I live has been unsafe lately. Every time I go back, I'm scared out of my mind. He looked up at Ava and Chloe, pleading. Of course. Stay at my place. We have plenty of rooms. Pick any one. You can stay at my place too. It's very safe. Ryan instantly broke into a grin and thanked them again and again. He even glanced at me without making it obvious. Thank you. You're so good to me. I've never stayed in a house that nice. I leaned against the window and tuned it out. My eyes drifted into the distance. Where Ryan lived had nothing to do with me. The next morning, my parents called. Ethan, are you sure you don't want to go to Hartwell? Northbridge is better, sure. But didn't you promise Chloe and Ava you'd go to the same school? Those two girls have clung to you since childhood. They can't stand it if you're gone for an hour. If they find out you switch schools, they'll lose it. That's their problem. It has nothing to do with me. I only wanted Hartwell before because of that promise. But Northbridge has the major I want. This is my life. I should choose for myself. Hearing that, my parents stopped pushing and just fussed over me. Then take good care of yourself at home. Once this business trip is over, we'll come back and stay with you. Oh, and we got you a school gift. Remember to pick it up. Okay. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I hung up with a smile and checked my phone. Sure enough, the courier had texted 10 minutes ago. Your package is at the door. Please sign for it. I rushed to open the door, but nothing was there. Confused, I was about to call the courier when Ryan walked out of Chloe's place, waving something in his hand. Ethan, looking for this? It was clearly a violin. I saw a package at your door, so I opened it for you. Is it from your parents? What a beautiful violin. I want one so bad. Can I have it? As he spoke, his eyes lit up while he stroked the violin. He wouldn't let go. I'd never seen anyone with so little sense of boundaries. For a second, I thought I heard him wrong. Did no one teach you not to open other people's stuff? If you like it that much, buy your own. Ryan's eyes reddened at once. He sniffled. You know I can't afford it. Why humiliate me like that? I had no time for Ryan's little act, and no patience to argue. I reached straight for the violin, but Ryan clutched it tight. He acted like he loved it too much to let go. In the tugging, I don't know who let go first. The glossy violin hit the floor with a thud. His perfect body cracked, leaving an ugly split. I finally lost it. Ryan Cole. Hearing the noise, Chloe hurried out. Ava next door heard it too and rushed out. They instantly saw Ryan's tear-streaked face. What happened? You were fine just now. Who bullied you? Don't blame Ethan. I dropped the violin I just bought. Of course he'd be upset. I showed up out of nowhere, so he took it out on me. He even shoved me, but I'm not mad. As long as he feels better, I'll take it. I understood every word Ryan said. But put together, only one word hit me. Absurd. Completely absurd. He could turn black into white. Before I could speak, Ava snapped at me with a dark face. Ethan, even spoiled rich boys don't act like this. Apologize to Ryan. Ethan, you went way too far. Apologize now. My temples throbbed with anger. I fought to keep myself under control. Chloe, Ava, this hallway has cameras. Want to see what really happened? Ryan panicked and cried even harder. Chloe, Ava, don't blame Ethan. I'm really fine. If you defend me like this, Ethan won't be my friend anymore. Chloe quickly took out a tissue. She gently wiped Ryan's tears and patted his back. It's okay. It's not your fault. Don't cry. Look at how you act. Then look at Ryan. The difference is obvious. With that, they shielded the sobbing Ryan and left without looking back. Watching them go, I felt a tight ache in my chest. 3 days later, I arrived at our planned class reunion. A bunch of classmates looked behind me curiously. Then disappointment filled their eyes. Ethan, why didn't the two campus queens come? Don't they follow you everywhere? Yeah. I heard you all got into Hartwell. On day 1, you're supposed to choose one of them. Have you picked yet? Like Ethan still gets to choose. Chloe and Ava clearly like Ryan more now. Why ask him? Isn't it obvious? They burst out laughing, waiting for my reaction. They thought I'd get mad. But I said nothing. I didn't even look at them. Seeing me ignore them, they tried to keep mocking me. I stayed silent. Just then, the private room door opened. Chloe and Ava came in, guarding Ryan on both sides. Everyone looked at me and started laughing again. The class monitor quickly smoothed things over. Everyone's here. Let's start. The reunion was loud and rowdy. Chloe carefully took off her jacket and draped it over Ryan. The AC is strong. Stay warm. Eat some fruit. They took care of Ryan with extreme care. Because of last time, they didn't even glance my way. I sat in the corner, calmly eating fruit. My face showed I didn't care. Halfway through, someone pushed for truth or dare. I didn't want to join, but they dragged me in. After a few rounds, I lost. Come on, Ethan. Time to share a secret. I laughed to myself and glanced over the two girls. Then I said calmly, my secret is, on the first day, I'll throw away 2 things that grew up with me. That's not a secret. Throwing stuff away doesn't count. We'll let it slide this time. Don't dodge it next round. I nodded and didn't explain. Unfortunately, I lost the next round too. The whole room started cheering. Ethan, we're not letting you off easy this time. Let's ask something hard. How about Chloe and Ava? Which one will you choose as your girlfriend? At that, everyone leaned in for my answer. Chloe got so nervous she kept drinking water. Ava was no better, her fists clenched tight. She never loosened them. I looked at them a little surprised. Now that all they saw was Ryan, they still cared about my answer. Me? I gave a cold laugh. Neither of them. Before I finished, someone gasped. Everyone turned. Ryan had somehow spilled water all over himself. His pants were soaked. Chloe and Ava's faces changed. The game had to stop, and no one felt like playing anymore. Some people quietly said they wanted to leave. Don't leave yet. The teacher bought a lot of fireworks. Let's set them off by the river and celebrate our new start. Everyone headed out, laughing, to light fireworks. Bright fireworks bloomed across the dark sky. Almost everyone made a silent wish. Only Ryan shouted toward the river. I hope Chloe's and Ava's wishes all come true. Chloe's usually cold eyes softened at that. Ava smiled brightly and gently ruffled Ryan's hair. Why are you so silly? Who makes wishes for someone else? But you're the most important people to me. You're important to me too. The air felt sickly sweet. I didn't want to stay near them, so I went to a corner and watched the fireworks alone. Ethan seems upset. He hasn't lit any fireworks. Let's go cheer him up. I'm not mad about last time anymore. You shouldn't be either. Chloe's eyes darkened. She stood rooted to the spot. She didn't move. Ava turned away too. If you won't go, I will. I'll cheer him up with a surprise. With that, he smiled and picked up a firework. As he came up behind me, he lit it and tossed it at my head. With a bang, it exploded. Everyone turned and saw my whole body on fire. Chloe and Ava froze, then ran over like crazy. Ethan. When I woke again, I opened my eyes to a blur of white. The sharp smell of disinfectant filled my nose. I barely moved, and my whole body screamed in pain. Don't move. Your burns are serious. Good thing you got here fast. The grafts should prevent scarring. Otherwise, that pretty face of yours would have been ruined. Thinking of what happened before I passed out, my chest went cold. I wanted to speak, but the pain drained all my strength. By the way, 2 very pretty girls brought you in. You were unconscious. They were frantic. They stayed by you the whole time you were out. They only just went to rest. Want us to wake them? They'll be so happy you're awake. No, I don't want to see them. The nurse nodded and wheeled the dressing cart away. But soon, Chloe and Ava heard the news and rushed in. They were usually neat freaks, but now their eyes were bloodshot. Their clothes hadn't been changed in days, and their eyes were full of pain. When they saw me, their eyes trembled. Ethan, are you okay? We're sorry. We didn't protect you. Before I could speak, Chloe went on. She handed me a thick stack of handwritten apology letters. Ethan, I know you're in pain. Ryan was wrong this time, but he didn't mean it. He's been guilty the whole time you were unconscious. He's been thinking how to apologize. Please forgive him. Hearing that, my palms went cold. I'm the one hurt. Am I responsible for his guilt too? Then bring him here and let him suffer the same burns. I closed my eyes. I didn't want to see their faces. Ava frowned and tried to keep her voice gentle. Ethan, don't be so harsh. Ryan really blames himself. If he feels that bad, go comfort him. Why stay in my room? My eyes were ice cold, keeping them miles away. They exchanged a look and sighed helplessly. They knew I wouldn't listen to anything now. Ethan, I got the best doctors in the city for you. You won't scar. Don't worry. I left Bennett family guards here. Tell them if you need anything. We'll come see you every day. Then they looked at me in bed for a long moment and left. After they left, I gritted my teeth and gasped through the pain. The anesthesia had worn off the moment I woke. My whole body felt like it was being cut apart. I kept forcing down the pain and hurt. I refused to make a single weak sound. After what felt like forever, my parents rushed in. Ethan, does it hurt? Couldn't hold back anymore. The tears I'd held in finally fell. Mom, it hurts so much. Mom held me, heartbroken. Dad's face darkened. He slammed the table. We let a wolf into our home. Ryan did this on purpose. Starting today, we're cutting off Ryan's sponsorship. And we'll find evidence to hold him fully responsible. After a long while, I finally calmed down. My parents had to leave for work. Ethan, focus on healing. We have to go for work. But we won't let him off. My parents came in a rush and left in a rush. The room became empty and cold again. But I didn't feel as sad. My heart felt warm. I closed my eyes, just starting to feel sleepy, when someone knocked. Before I could answer, the door opened. This time it was Ryan, crying hard. Tears rolled down his face. Ethan, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I can't lose the Grant family's support. And I can't go to jail. I won't survive. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean it. Please, forgive me. Okay? He apologized over and over, but none of it felt real. If we hadn't cut off his support, if we weren't holding him responsible, would he even apologize? The answer was obvious. I didn't want to see him. I reached over and pressed the nurse call button. Nurse, I don't know him. He's disturbing my rest. Please get him out. Thank you. The nurse instantly went on alert. She quickly took Ryan by the arm and asked him to leave. Ryan stumbled as she pushed him out, still begging. Then two voices suddenly came from behind. "Don't touch him." Chloe and Ava rushed over to steady Ryan. "Are you okay?" He shook his head, pretending to be fine. But his red eyes said it all. "I'm fine. Ethan doesn't want to see me. I should go." He said that but didn't move at all. Seeing this, they grabbed his hands and barged back in. "Ethan, Ryan really, truly blames himself. Fine, cut off his support. But pressing charges is too much. Forgive him this once. Ava, you don't have to speak for me. I didn't mean to do it. But if it weren't for me, Ethan wouldn't be hurt. He needed skin grafts and suffered so much. I know he won't forgive me easily." Lying in bed, I watched them rush to defend Ryan. For a moment, it felt unreal. Did I really know these two? The three of us grew up together for over 10 years. Ryan had only been around a month. How did things change so fast? The three of them were still arguing. "Don't guilt-trip me. Forgiving him is my choice. I need rest. Please leave." They looked at each other, both stunned. They hadn't expected me to be so cold. Ryan's tears kept falling. His eyes were red and swollen. Chloe softly comforted him and wiped his tears. "Hey, don't cry. It's not your fault. We're here. Yeah. If the grants stop paying, we still will. Don't worry about tuition. And don't worry about the rest either. We'll find a way to get you cleared." Hearing that, I closed my eyes and gave a bitter smile. Of course I knew if they wanted to, they could protect Ryan. So why beg for my forgiveness? I stayed in the hospital for a long time. Chloe and Ava came almost every day. I refused to see them every time, so they could only leave gifts at the door. They hoped someone would carry them in, but I gave them to the nurses on duty every time. On discharge day, they came to pick me up. "Ethan, your parents are away on business. We're here for you." I didn't even look at them. I turned to leave another way. Chloe's face darkened, and she grabbed my hand. "Ethan, because you were upset. We haven't seen Ryan lately. It makes sense you don't like him. But why are you so distant with us too?" I almost laughed. Was I the one pulling away? Didn't you push me out step by step and cut me off yourselves? I just laughed and didn't answer. Ava pulled the car up and blocked the entrance. "Ethan, if you don't get in, we'll block this spot. I promise no car will get through." Soon, cars nearby started honking. More and more cars piled up behind us. I didn't want to block traffic, so I got into Ava's car. The moment I got in, they started fawning over me. Ava held up a strawberry cake. "Ethan, look, your favorite cake. You've wanted it forever. I waited in line so long. No thanks. I don't like it anymore." Chloe slid a fancy box of ointment toward me. "That's okay. If you don't like it, you don't. I got this from a top doctor overseas. It helps wounds heal. No need." The hospital gave me medicine. No matter what they offered, I turned it all down. Then I felt something tucked between the seats. I pulled it out. It was a note. In neat handwriting, it read, "Prince Ryan's passenger seat." I let out a scoff. Ava snatched the note and tore it up. "Ethan, don't get it wrong. It was a dare I lost." She moved fast, as if scared I'd misunderstand. I just chuckled, not caring at all. "Not my business." "How is it not? Did you forget what you promised us? You said you'd choose on the first day." "Yeah." "Have you chosen?" I glanced at them. "Sounds like you should ask Ryan." Chloe and Ava's faces changed. They rushed to explain. "Why ask Ryan? We don't feel that way about him." "Ethan, did you misunderstand something?" I didn't want to hear it. I closed my eyes and leaned against the window, tuning them out. Chloe and Ava didn't dare say more. They just exchanged a look. They felt I'd changed, caring less and less about them. They wanted to explain, but didn't know where to start. So they told themselves it would be fine on the first day. As soon as I got home, my teacher called. "Ethan, you did great on the exam. You're the top scorer in the city. The school wants you back to give a speech and share study tips with younger students." I hesitated. If I gave the speech, my school switch would come out. But after a few seconds, I said yes. They'd find out sooner or later. I only hid it to avoid trouble. But it was set. Their meltdown wouldn't change anything. I couldn't keep shrinking back just because they might find out. Besides, I wanted to share what I'd learned. So I spent 3 days fully preparing the speech. But right before I went on stage, Chloe and Ava blocked me. They stood in my way. Ava spoke awkwardly. "Ethan, you don't need to go up this time. Why don't we go grab something to eat? Or anywhere you want. We'll take you." "What do you mean?" Chloe was quiet for a few seconds, then spoke. "Ryan really wants to practice public speaking. So I had my dad give him this speech slot. Mr. Bennett had funded several school buildings. Changing the speaker last minute only took one word from him." Just then, Ryan's clear voice came from the stage. I looked up toward the sound. Ryan was already on stage. Seeing me frozen there, Chloe and Ava both grew nervous. They waited for me to blow up, but after a while, I stayed cold with no sign of anger. All their prepared excuses went unused. I just smiled, said nothing, and walked away. What a shame, Chloe, Ava. You missed your last chance to learn the truth. On move-in day, my parents came back just for me. Ethan, is your luggage ready? Northbridge is so far from Kingsport. Make sure you pack everything. My parents kept counting my bags, worried. Let us take you to the airport. I don't like you going that far alone. No need. I'm grown up now. You're busy. Don't worry about me. Even so, they were still worried and wiped their tears. How can we not worry when you're going so far alone? I smiled and hugged Mom. Mom, it's just college. You're already crying? If I move away for work someday, will you pass out? Mom suddenly remembered something and pulled a note from her bag. A phone number was written on it. Ethan, when you were little, our families arranged a match for you. But Chloe and Ava have clung to you since childhood. So we thought you'd marry one of them. So we never brought it up. Now, they don't seem right for you. That person also goes to Northbridge, same as you. Childhood engagements don't really count now, but if you click, go for it. If not, at least you have someone there to help you. With that, they placed the note in my hand. I was about to refuse when Chloe and Ava walked in. Mr. and Mrs. Grant, don't worry. We'll take good care of him. Everyone knew they'd misheard and thought we meant them. But no one spoke up or told them the truth. I calmly put the note in my pocket. Don't worry. I got it. Mom wiped her tears and nodded. Dad's eyes reddened too. Chloe and Ava exchanged a look, not knowing why they were crying. Mr. and Mrs. Grant, Hartwell is right here in town. Even if Ethan lives on campus, he can come home on weekends. If he gets homesick, we can bring him back every day. Mom and Dad sighed and said nothing. Chloe and Ava didn't notice anything off. They hurried to my room to carry my suitcases. But once inside, they were stunned. It's just in town. You can come home anytime. Why pack so many clothes? What I do is none of your business. I have a lot of clothes. That's normal. Right. Buy as many as you want. Once you're checked in, we'll take you shopping for more. Chloe said no more. She grabbed a suitcase and walked out first. Her usually cool face carried a faint trace of nerves. Ethan, ride with me. I prepared a surprise for you at school. Ava quickly snatched the suitcase from her. Ride with me instead. I prepared a surprise too. They pulled me from both sides, fighting over me, when someone's phone suddenly rang. Chloe. Ava. I got into a crash on the way to school. Their faces changed at once. They asked in a panic, are you okay? What happened? Are you hurt? I'm fine. Just scared. Stay there. Don't move. I'm coming now. Don't be scared. I'm on my way. After hanging up, they finally remembered me. Before they could speak, I cut them off. You don't need to take me. I'll go myself. Chloe hesitated, then only said, call me when you get to school. Ethan, you said you'd choose one of us on the first day. Don't forget. I just looked at them coldly. I didn't nod or answer. They sensed something was wrong. But Ava's phone rang again. Ryan was sobbing on the other end. He kept saying he was scared and his leg hurt. Only then did they have to leave. Before leaving, they still loaded my bags into my family driver's car. Chloe and Ava kept looking back, reminding me to call them. But I never said a word. At last, they got into their cars and I got into mine. As soon as I sat down, my phone buzzed. I opened it and saw it was from Ryan. Ethan. See it now? One call from me and they'll still ditch you. Even if you become their boyfriend. If you keep sponsoring me, I'll consider giving you one of them. I scoffed and typed a few words. No thanks. I don't want either. You can have them both. After sending it, I blocked Ryan without hesitation. Then I blocked Chloe and Ava too. Finally, I snapped my SIM card and tossed it. I took a new one from my bag and swapped it in. The driver hit the gas. The car headed for the airport, away from those two. I watched the scenery fly by and smiled. This time I would truly start over. As the plane took off, I thought the past is over. My new life starts now, and they would have no place in it. As my plane took off, Chloe and Ava were elsewhere, standing at Hartwell's gate with flowers in their hands. Their faces darkened as the Grant family car never came. A bad feeling grew in their hearts. For some reason, they both felt uneasy. That unease kept spreading, and one thought rose up. Maybe I didn't want to accept their confession. Maybe I just came in through another gate. The sea of flowers behind them drew many students' eyes. Some nosy students even took photos and posted them on the school forum. Our new campus beauties are going all out on day one. Who are they confessing to? Who's that lucky? Honestly, they each have their own vibe. One is icy and proud. The other is bold and bright. Are they confessing to the same guy? They're still at the gate. I'm going to watch. After seeing the post, tons of people rushed over. The crowd grew and people whispered all around. Everyone wanted to know who could be so lucky to have two stunning girls confess to him. Chloe stared at her phone anxiously and kept calling. She called me countless times, but no one picked up. Ava's face went dark. She gripped her phone hard. He blocked me. I can't reach him at all. Ava nearly crushed the phone in her hand. Chloe's cold eyes were clearly full of irritation too. They had never faced anything like this before. Something must have happened to me. The flowers, diamond rings, and gifts were left behind. Chloe rushed home like crazy, while Ava searched the campus. The Grant house door was knocked on again. This time it took a while to open. "Can I help you?" Seeing the maid, Chloe frowned and went speechless. "Is Ethan still home?" As she spoke, she looked inside. "My suitcases weren't there. Neither was I." The maid looked confused. "Ms. Bennett, didn't the young master leave with you this morning? Right? Are Mr. and Mrs. Grant home? I need to ask them something. They left on a business trip after you all went out. You can call and ask them." Then the door slowly shut. Chloe's eyes darkened, her fingers curling into fists. She muttered if only the call would go through. "Is Ethan really hiding because he doesn't want our confession?" I handled Ryan's situation. Then I rushed to school as fast as I could. I prepared the surprise. Why was I still too late? Just a little. We could have explained everything. Chloe returned to campus, lost and dazed. Ava wasn't doing any better. She asked everywhere if anyone had seen him. Passing students shook their heads. "Girl, this isn't the way to search. Who are you looking for? Ask student affairs or check with the registrar. Have them search the school system. That's way faster." "Thank you. I'm so stupid searching the hard way." With that tip, Ava rushed to the registrar's office. She found the teacher in charge of enrollment records. "Sir, my boyfriend is a new student here too, but I still can't reach him. Could you check if he's registered yet?" The teacher hesitated for a long time. Only when Ava offered to donate a library room did he beam and agree. He searched the system several times, but found no Ethan Grant, not even a matching name. He pointed at the screen and checked again and again, now unsure. "Miss, are you sure your boyfriend's name is Ethan Grant? No typo?" "Yes." "How could I get his name wrong?" Now the teacher started to panic. He checked the freshman admission list. He searched it over and over. Ava looked with him countless times. Then he finally said, "Miss, this Ethan isn't a student here. He isn't on this year's admission list. He isn't in past records either. The system doesn't make mistakes. Did your boyfriend lie to you? If he did, you should call the police." Ava felt like she'd been struck by lightning. Thunder roared through her mind. Just then, Chloe got the news and rushed over. The air around her was frighteningly cold. Hardly anyone dared go near her. They all wanted to stay far away. "How did it go?" Ava shook her head and told her everything. "Where did Ethan go? Is he leaving us?" The thought rose in both their minds. Ava's eyes reddened. She swayed slightly, unable to accept it. On the way to school, she had thought of every possibility. She even thought Ethan was just jealous and sulking. But she never thought he'd leave. For a moment, neither of them could accept it. For 1 second, they both wondered if they had pushed him too hard, making him leave without a word. But then a boy's voice cut through their thoughts. "Hey, beauties, there's a guy at the gate. He picked up your gifts and flowers. Says he knows you. Go check on him. It's raining out there. He might get sick." Hearing that, they looked at each other. Both saw surprise and excitement in each other's eyes. Overjoyed, they rushed out toward the gate. "Is it Ethan?" That impossible hope rose in both their hearts. It didn't matter if he wasn't at their school, as long as Ethan still accepted their confession. As they neared the gate, Ava's heart pounded. Chloe was tense too. Then, at the gate, the boy holding 2 bouquets turned around. They both froze. "Why is it you? Ryan, why are you here? Where's Ethan?" Ryan was soaked from head to toe. He used his small body to block the rain, keeping the flowers in his arms dry. "Chloe, Ava, you're finally here. I was watching your gifts and flowers. Why isn't Ethan here yet? I've been waiting forever." "You don't need to watch them. Go back. Ethan isn't coming." They had never imagined this outcome. All their hopes collapsed at once. Of course, it hurt. They had no mood to comfort Ryan. But Ryan wouldn't give up. Holding the gifts, he smiled and comforted them. "Chloe, Ava, don't lose heart. Ethan just hasn't made up his mind. Maybe he'll figure it out soon. Look, your gifts are great. A guy like me would love them. Ethan will love them too." Too bad neither of them was really listening. They used to hate seeing Ryan hurt at all. Now they ignored him standing in the rain. Ethan won't like them. The 3 of them grew up together. How could they not know what Ethan meant? His actions were an obvious rejection. To leave them, Ethan changed his school choice. And he never told them. Wasn't that clear enough? They thought being nice to Ryan would make Ethan jealous. make him fight for them and accept their confession. They never thought he'd choose neither. Chloe's and Ava's eyes filled with loss. Then Ryan suddenly opened the two gift boxes. He put on the watch and the diamond ring. He took one of their hands in each of his. Chloe, Ava, if Ethan doesn't like them, you still have me. You're both so great, but Ethan can't see it. Can you look at the person beside you? I'm pretty great too. Ryan ignored the rain soaking his clothes and shouted those words out loud. In an instant, the whole campus went silent. Chloe and Ava included. Ava forced an awkward smile. She spoke like it was a joke. Ryan, you're kidding, right? Stop messing around. Take off the ring. It's not yours to wear. Chloe stared at Ryan's hands, her eyes cold enough to cut them off. Who said you could wear it? Take it off. It's not for you. Her cold hand clamped down on Ryan's. She yanked off the ring he'd just put on. Ryan froze on the spot. Tears rushed to his eyes. He cried, looking hurt, and kept apologizing. I'm sorry. I know it's Ethan's. I got it wrong. I read too much into it. Ryan gave a bitter laugh, then left in tears. But he hadn't run far. Before he realized, no footsteps were chasing him. No one came after him. This time he truly panicked. He thought he had them under control, that they loved him too much to stop. So why was this happening? Ethan had ditched them on the day of their planned confession. So why did they still love him so much? Ryan stood by a remote lake, suddenly lost. It was his first day at this school too. One wrong turn and he forgot the way back. Furious, he kicked a nearby tree. Why is even the road against me? But the rain-slick ground made him slip into a split. His carefully planned look was ruined. Ryan nearly cried from rage, lying there grimacing. Took him a while to crawl up, his heart full of hate. Why does everyone like Ethan so much? Even after this, they still love him. Family, status, money, loving parents. Childhood sweethearts who grew up with him. He has everything. Why can't he give me just one thing? Even one would be enough. Why treat me like this? His hatred grew, and he slammed his fist into the trunk. Blood seeped from his knuckles. Ethan had the best scores. He went to Northbridge. When our school got the notice, we found it odd. Why didn't he stay at Hartwell here with you two? But it was final and you never asked. We even posted the admission list in the class group. Check it and you'll see. Hearing that, Ava opened the class group and searched carefully. Chloe thanked the teacher and hung up. Sure enough, when they saw Ethan's name on the list, they both froze. Northbridge was thousands of miles away. Why would he choose it? We all chose Hartwell like we promised. Why did he suddenly change it? Meanwhile, I had just gotten off the plane. When I saw someone holding a sign with my name, Ethan Grant, I froze for a second. Claire Sterling reached out and took my suitcase. She introduced herself. I'm Claire Sterling, your childhood fiancé. Then she called the Sterling family driver, and they loaded my bags into the car. I stood there dazed and let Claire lead me away. Only when I felt Northbridge City's cool air did I shiver and snap back to myself. Blood seeped from his knuckles. Meanwhile, Chloe and Ava carefully placed the heirlooms back in their boxes. They had never planned to accept Ryan. He was mostly just a tool to make Ethan jealous. Now that Ethan wasn't here, there was no need to be so nice to him. Besides, because of him, Ethan chose neither of them. Chloe looked at Ava, displeasure in her eyes. If we hadn't made that stupid deal back then, maybe we would have won Ethan over by now. Instead, we don't even know where he went. Endless silence followed. Then Chloe suddenly spoke. Our homeroom teacher must know where Ethan went, right? Mr. Lewis was our homeroom teacher. He must know which college Ethan chose. They quickly made the call. Mr. Lewis? This is Chloe Bennett. I wanted to ask which college Ethan went to. You three were together almost every day. How do you not know where Ethan went? Chloe fell silent, a little ashamed. On the other end, Mr. Lewis spoke proudly. Ethan had the best scores. My mind cleared at once. I'm not mistaken, right? You're really the fiancé my mom mentioned? The moment I asked, a trench coat settled over my shoulders. Claire held up a photo in front of me. I don't think I got the wrong person. I took it and saw myself in the photo. It even carried a faint trace of her scent. Sorry, I shouldn't have doubted you. It's okay. Let's go to campus. I'm in finance management at Northbridge Business School. I'm 1 year ahead of you. Come to me if you need anything. At me. Claire drove me to my dorm and, with the driver, carried all my luggage up. Before I could refuse, she had already unpacked my bags and made my bed. Only my personal clothes were left for me to handle. She took care of almost everything else. She even noticed what was missing and had someone buy it right away. I felt almost overwhelmed. She was way too thoughtful. Watching Claire bustle around, I almost felt like she really was my girlfriend. But I snapped out of it at once. After what happened before, I didn't want to hand over my heart again. Claire, thanks for today. I'll treat you to dinner sometime. Sure. By the time I lay in bed and fell asleep, Chloe and Ava at Hartwell couldn't sleep at all. With Ethan gone from Hartwell, everything there lost its pull. Chloe turned down every class activity. She even used connections to skip the upcoming military training. She stood on the balcony and called her father. Dad, I want to transfer to Northbridge. The other end went quiet for a long time. Then came angry yelling. Chloe Bennett, are you insane? College isn't high school. You can't just go wherever you want. I won't allow it. With the Bennett family status, every move you make has to be careful. Don't mention transferring again, unless you drop out and retake the exam. The call ended with a beep. Chloe had expected this. She wasn't disappointed at all. This call wasn't asking permission. It was notice. Meanwhile, Ava was going through the same thing. Ava, do you think you're 3? One day it's this school, the next you want another. This isn't a joke. With that lazy attitude of yours, getting into Hartwell was already a miracle. Your mother and I won't allow it. I know you want Northbridge because of Ethan, but no. He went that far to leave you. Give up. The Reed family won't help you. If you really want to go, figure it out yourself. Ava's eyes darkened, but she said nothing. To them, any college was the same. They thought Ethan liked Hartwell, so they brought him to its gate for photos. They promised to study here, never thinking Ethan would leave them. With such a sudden choice, neither of them slept that night. The next day, they should have gone to freshman orientation, but they went to the registrar instead. The registrar frowned and asked again and again, is Hartwell not good enough? Why drop out? All your work in high school, do you want it to go to waste? You need to understand. Hartwell and Northbridge are equals. Either one is fine, and Hartwell fits your future better. The teacher tried everything to keep these two golden donors. Sir, with my IQ, I can get into any school. If Ethan isn't here, I have no reason to stay. Same. It's just the exam. A little effort is enough. I don't want to be away from Ethan. The registrar hesitated. Outside the door, Ryan heard it all. He thought with the 3 of them at Hartwell and only Ethan gone, his chance had come, but they were dropping out for Ethan. No, Chloe, Ava, please don't drop out. I don't want to leave you. Please look at me too. I'm begging you. Can you stop seeing only Ethan? I'm no worse than him. I love you more. Hearing that, disgust grew clear in their eyes. The office went dead silent. After a long pause, Chloe broke it first. Ryan, remember what you promised us? At that, Ryan's heart sank. Ava held back her anger and dragged him out. Then her fist cut through the air and hit the wall. Plaster cracked and dust fell onto Ryan. Ryan, we agreed. You'd act with us and make Ethan jealous. You promised you wouldn't catch feelings for us. That's why we chose you. You swore you'd help us win Ethan. And now, you used us to drive Ethan away. Then confess to us? I warned you more than once. Don't get feelings you shouldn't have. So what now? Their words pinned Ryan down like a trial, as if they would deal with this twisted mess any second. He panicked. His lips kept trembling, but he couldn't form a full sentence. All this time, Ryan had sunk into that sweet dream and forgotten their original deal. When he first met them, he thought they were unreal. Ethan brought him around them again and again. Ryan saw how much they valued and cared for Ethan. Slowly, greed grew in him. Just thinking about it thrilled him. He dreamed of becoming Ethan, so he made a bold move. Ryan went to them. He proposed a deal. They would pretend to treat him well, to make Ethan jealous. In return, he'd help them pursue Ethan. To prove the plan would work, Ryan threw away the love letters they wrote Ethan and faked notes addressed to himself. When Ethan found those 2 letters, his shocked, lost look was still clear in Ryan's mind. Sure enough, Ethan confronted them with the letters. Just as they wanted, Ethan got jealous. After that, they believed him and decided that on Hartwell's first day, they would explain everything to Ethan. But none of them thought. Ethan had already lost all hope in them. Thinking of it all, Ryan laughed like he was losing it. If Chloe and Ava hadn't reminded him, he might still be trapped in his own dream. Their cold eyes made all their kindness seem fake. He reached for them, but they cut him off without hesitation. You lied to me and drove Ethan away, so don't blame me. If not for you, Ethan never would have left us. Don't you care most about your future? We'll cut off your support, and everything you did to Ethan will be paid back one by one. Ryan laughed until he cried, then screamed himself hoarse, trying to win their pity. Chloe, Ava, stop lying to yourselves. All this time, you had endless chances to win Ethan back. But you didn't. You pushed him away yourselves. I told you, he doesn't love you. I love you most. Me. But their eyes held only coldness. Enough. Ethan still has us in his heart. Then they left Ryan standing there and went to withdraw without hesitation. Ryan collapsed to the floor. Panic swallowed him. Losing their support alone could destroy him. He was used to a rich life. Going back to the mud was impossible. Ryan suddenly regretted it and rushed up. He took the cards they'd given him and went to the bank. He said in a rush, "I need cash. As much as possible." He entered the pin in a panic, his fingers shaking. As he waited, he felt only piles of cash. Could calm his fear. But the ATM showed, "Your card has been frozen." Ryan panicked and quickly tried another machine. He tried to comfort himself. It must be a machine error. Can't be this fast. But every machine showed the same words. Ryan muttered like mad, grabbed the cards, and slapped them on the counter. He yelled, "Give me cash. Take out everything. Sorry, both of your cards have been frozen." At that, all strength left Ryan's body. He slumped to the floor like mud. "It's over. Everything's over." He tossed the 2 cards onto the floor. He was almost broken by despair. He didn't even know how he walked back. As he walked, a naughty kid suddenly appeared, holding a firework and laughing with his friends. Then, not watching, he bumped into Ryan's leg. "Get away. Don't touch me." The firework burst behind Ryan. Sparks set Ryan's clothes on fire. A hidden red dot blinked. Then a bodyguard in black reported softly by phone. "Mr. Grant, it's done. Ryan won't get off easy." Mr. Grant stood by the window, looking over the river. He gave a soft hum. Ryan thrashed for ages before putting out the flames. Then he limped toward the hospital. The burning pain on his back made him sweat cold. Ryan went pale and passed out after a few steps. When Ryan woke again, his whole body felt torn apart. Seeing him awake, the nurse urged him to pay. "Mr. Cole, none of your contacts can be reached. Your surgery and hospital fees must be paid soon. Otherwise, we may not finish the later surgeries. And you can't stay here for treatment. Please, save me. I'm in the hospital and can't pay for surgery. Please help me one more time. What happened before was my fault. But I couldn't predict Ethan's heart. You tried it before. It worked. Please." Ryan begged again and again. His voice went hoarse. Only then did Chloe speak on the other end. "Now that you mention it, I almost forgot. You did so many awful things to Ethan. We went too easy on you. That's why you still dare beg me now. For hurting Ethan, you should pay 1,000 times over." After Chloe and Ava withdrew, they signed up to retake the exam. Soon, insiders exposed what Ryan had done. Countless people spoke of Ryan with disgust. But he was lying in the hospital and knew nothing. Chloe thought her grades were strong. She could get into Northbridge without cram school. Retaking was just a label. Even if Ava's grades weren't as good, she wasn't worried either. If she couldn't beat Chloe, she could hire tutors. So they rushed straight to Northbridge University. Meanwhile, my new roommates here were all nice. Campus life was so good. I almost forgot them. After military training, my phone buzzed. "Claire asking you to dinner again? Be honest. When are you two getting together?" "Yeah. So many people ship you two. The 3 of us even made a bet on how long Claire needs to win you over. I can't lose." They all teased me, talking over each other. My face flushed. "Enough. I haven't decided yet. Besides, she hasn't officially confessed. I'm just thanking her for helping me lately." After brushing off my roommates, I stood outside the dorm looking around. But I didn't see Claire. Just as I wondered why, my military training instructor appeared in front of me with red roses. "Ethan, I really like you. Will you go out with me?" A crowd behind me started cheering. After all, finishing every challenge too soon is boring. But Claire never expected a small surprise to enter her life. Only after meeting me did she find me interesting. "You're so impressive. They probably just respect you." I found an excuse for what had just happened. Claire smiled softly but didn't explain. On the way to a private restaurant with Claire, we ran into 2 people I didn't want to see. Who was she? No one had ever felt this dangerous to them. Not even each other had given them that feeling. They had always thought I would choose one of them. They never thought I'd choose neither, but someone else. Chloe's gaze turned ice cold. She stared Claire down without backing off. "Who she is has nothing to do with you. Shouldn't you be with Ryan right now?" Claire gently took my hand to comfort me. Her warmth gave me strength. "We're not with him. He got what he deserved. We can explain what happened before. In the photo, Ryan had lost all his old charm. So you came to ask forgiveness for him?" The boys watching chanted, "Say yes. Say yes. Sorry. I don't like you that way. I can't date you." The pretty instructor's face fell. Her lips moved, like she wanted to say more. Just then, Claire appeared behind me. Her warm hand rested politely on my shoulder. "Ethan already said no. You should leave." Seeing Claire appear, the instructor went pale and left in defeat. The crowd quickly scattered too. "They all seem scared of you." "Of course. I'm kind of their teacher. So of course they're scared. Teacher, aren't you only 1 year ahead of me? Yes. Last fall, I finished all my college coursework. Then I started graduate studies early. And earlier this year, I became an acting lecturer and taught some classes. Maybe that's why they're so scared of me. Claire left out some details, but they didn't matter. In fact, raised with elite education, she had long taught herself many college courses. Now she was just checking off life's required steps. After all, finishing every challenge too early is boring. So you came to ask forgiveness for him? That doesn't seem necessary. I don't think there's anything left to explain. We're not here to beg for Ryan. He deserves this. He fooled us before. That's why we were so cold to you. Ava and Chloe took turns explaining everything that had happened. They were afraid if they didn't, they'd lose Ethan for good. Their eyes were different, but both looked sincere. Are you joking or lying to me? That's your explanation? That's ridiculous. Even if it's all true, the hurt you caused was real. I don't want to forgive you, and I never will. Chloe, Ava, if you truly love someone, you don't hurt the person you love. If you really liked Ethan, you wouldn't have hurt him like that. And let me introduce myself. I'm Ethan's fiancé. At that, they both froze. They could barely believe what they heard. Ethan, tell me if this is true. If you say it's fake, I'll believe you. I looked at Claire in surprise. She gave me a reassuring look. I got it, held Claire close, and laced my fingers with hers. Isn't it obvious enough? Our parents arranged this when we were kids. Claire is my fiancé now. Let go. Ethan, childhood engagements don't count. We love you. Don't use someone else to hurt us. This joke isn't funny. We messed up. Punish us however you want. Just not like this. We can't lose you. Within a minute, several guards came and dragged Chloe and Ava away. You dropping out has nothing to do with me. That was your choice. I stopped liking you long ago. Don't you get it? That blunt rejection broke their hearts. Right in front of them, Claire took my hand and led me inside. Are you okay? I'm fine. Thanks for helping. We sat at the table and Claire ate quietly. Our tastes matched. Every dish was something we liked. Claire noticed what I liked, served me food, and refilled my tea. When my lips curved up, Claire gave the faintest smile too. Then she quietly glanced toward a hidden corner. Ms. Bennett, you'd better stop bothering Mr. Grant, or face the consequences. Chloe silently got up, not taking the warning seriously at all. There was no way she'd stop. Meanwhile, Ava was sent home and locked up by Mr. Reed. Dad, I won't give up on Ethan. Didn't you support me liking him before? Why can't you support me now? You said it. That was before. Do you remember how you treated Ethan this year? Have you forgotten? Do you know how many times your mother and I apologized to the Grants? Hurting Ethan was bad enough. Getting tangled with Ryan was bad enough. After all that, why turn back now? You've humiliated the Reed family. Your mother and I spoiled you too much. Starting today, stay home and study. No going out. Mr. Reed's chest heaved with anger. Mrs. Reed quickly rubbed his back. But Ava stayed stubborn and refused to back down. Mom, Dad, I wronged Ethan. I'll take responsibility. I'll earn his forgiveness, but I won't let him go. With Chloe's help, Ava escaped the family hall. The Bennett house was empty, with piles of things on the floor. Every item held memories of the three of them. There were childhood playthings and diaries full of secrets. Ethan has always been soft-hearted. He'll forgive us. We just used the wrong method. Ava stared at the items, silent for a long time before speaking. Let's work together. We have the same enemy. Claire. Only together do we have a chance to win Ethan back. Fine. In just 3 days, they sorted out everything from the past. Seeing several full boxes, they suddenly froze. For some reason, panic filled them. They thought of the plush toys Ethan had thrown in the trash. Were they really moldy? Their own keepsakes were still fine. How could his have gotten moldy? Everything that happened in those 2 short months before school kept replaying in their minds. They already had a vague answer, but they kept avoiding it. Not long after returning to Kingsport, they secretly went to Northbridge again. In the library, Claire had a private study room. She and Ethan sat across from each other, studying on their own. They talked now and then. After Ethan saw how brilliant Claire was, he came to study with her almost every day. At times like this, Claire's knowledge made her the perfect help. Ethan wanted to follow her around and learn from her. Their vibe wasn't like the couple everyone gossiped about. It was more like mentor and student. Claire had never met someone who could keep up with her, so she taught him everything. But to Chloe and Ava, the sight nearly drove them mad. They built a block-style castle made of flowers. It was delivered outside the library, filled with countless gift boxes. Each one held memories from their years together. Countless candles made the castle glow like a dream. Chloe and Ava dressed up carefully in very different dresses. But with matching details, they held flowers and waited nervously. But after a long wait, several students went in to call Ethan. Ethan still didn't come out. Ava couldn't wait anymore. She shouted upstairs for Ethan. Ethan, I'm here to keep my promise. You missed our last confession. You can't miss this one. Many students were drawn over and craned to see Ethan. Ethan, you promised you'd choose one of us. Now it's time to choose. Upstairs, Ethan saw the scene. He wasn't moved at all. He called the police. His reason? Fire hazard and disturbing the peace. Claire also brought school administrators over. She even called a water truck. Ethan came down and stood before them. Remember truth or dare at the reunion? I said on the first day, I throw away two things. That meant you. No matter how many do-overs, I won't choose either of you. As soon as he finished, the water truck rolled up and sprayed. The candles went out instantly. Chloe and Ava were soaked like drowned rats. Their carefully planned confession ended in chaos. Water dripped from Chloe's bangs. Her pale face looked awful. Ethan, I'm sorry. What we did before was wrong. But can you give me one more chance? I've loved you for years. Look, these all prove my love. Don't be so cruel. Please. With that, she dropped to one knee and took out the familiar heirloom box. This ring can only be yours. If you don't want it, I'd rather throw it away. Ethan wasn't moved at all. Ethan, I won't ask you to choose between us. Just leave Claire. We're willing to love you together. Then Ava took out the heirloom jade watch too. The crowd started whispering. Ethan wasn't moved. He only found it absurd. Are you insane? Any feelings I had for you died by your own hands. Forget forgiving you, let alone being with you. Never. Give it up. Those heirlooms are yours. Throw them away if you want. I don't need them. With that, Ethan walked away without hesitation. His rejection was clear enough. Chloe stared hard at Ethan's back. Still unwilling, she tried to chase him. Who called the police? And who set all this up? After questioning them, the police took them away. One cruiser couldn't fit everyone. So Ethan and Claire said they could drive over to give statements. They headed for the station. Just then, an old van suddenly sped toward the cruiser. Claire's driver was a former Special Forces soldier. He reacted fast and swerved away. But the cruiser wasn't so lucky. Even as it tried to dodge, the van seemed locked onto it. With a clear target, it rammed the back of the cruiser. The man behind the wheel was Ryan. He wanted everyone to regret it. But he never imagined Ethan wasn't in the cruiser. Chloe and Ava were. He still crashed into it. The two of them, along with the auxiliary officer, all fell unconscious. Days later, Ava finally woke up. She was considered lightly injured. She had fainted, and the officer shielded her. Her injuries weren't severe, except one leg was crushed and broken. She refused Ethan's visit. She didn't want him to see her limp. Chloe woke up, but something was wrong with her brain. Whenever she tried to think hard, her head throbbed. Chloe lay in bed in silence for a long time and also refused Ethan's visit. Who's Ethan Grant? I don't know him. I don't want to see him. Outside the room, Ethan heard that and quietly left. Ethan did feel guilty. After all, Ryan had meant to hit him, but hit them by mistake. So Ethan left some compensation and went away. After sensing Ethan leave, Chloe cried silently in her room. She had been acting. She hadn't lost her memory. But in her current state, it was almost the same. For someone always so smart, being unable to think clearly and forced to be a blank fool was pure torture. They missed the exam and had to retake it the next year. Ava got into Northbridge. Chloe got into another college in the city. That was already the best Chloe could do after fighting hard. On move-in day, Ava prepared another surprise. But that day, many students were heading to the field. They said something big was happening, maybe a wedding. Hey, many students were heading to the field. They said something big was happening, maybe a wedding. Hey, could you help me find Ethan Grant? You're new, right? Ethan and Claire are getting married today. You didn't know? Ethan is just as amazing as Claire. He skipped several levels and is already a grad student. He may even teach here someday. They're always together. They're a perfect match. Around this time last year, they confessed and got engaged. It was so romantic. Everyone was jealous. And now they're getting married. So fast. If you go to the field now, you can probably still catch it. Hearing that, Ava froze and couldn't move. She didn't know when she ended up in a corner by the field. Chloe appeared beside her too. They looked at the girl in the white wedding dress nearby. The longing in their eyes had never faded. But they both knew it was too late. Now please exchange rings. Ethan and Claire exchanged rings. The next second, they kissed. As everyone cheered, Ethan picked Claire up and ran out of the crowd. Are you happy you married me? Very. Maybe we're not deeply in love yet, but we understand each other. The moment two very different souls touched, they knew they were right for each other. At some point, Chloe and Ava quietly left. The three who had once been so close still drifted apart. Even in the same city, Chloe and Ava only heard about them often, but never saw them again. Until one day Chloe and Ava saw them on TV. It was a news story about them. Countless people envied their love, and even more, their talent, trust, and understanding.